Let me guess. You're talking to a very gorgeous woman who might have a lot of people that are attracted to her, and you want to stand out. You feel like you have pure, good, healthy intentions for her, and you're wondering, how do I get her to see that I take her serious, I respect her. She's attracted to all these other guys. Some of them are bad guys. Some of them are tall guys. Whatever the situation may be, and you just want her to know, like, look, I'm a good catch. I'm a good. You should give me a shot. You wouldn't be wasting your time by giving me a shot. How do you do that when she has 5 to 10 different options of men that she feels like are attractive and she's attracted to? They're attracted to her and they're pursuing her and they're in her inbox and all of this stuff. I'm gonna help you with standing out right now. How do you become the one that she's actually interested in giving a shot, even though she might have a whole roster of guys who want to take a shot at that? If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Jerome. This is a superb word where I give modern day actual dating advice that I go through for you and for myself. But I'm actually going through this. I'm a single man. This is what I actually go through. I am also, excuse me, I am also an educated empath, or what we would call a super empath. So I give advice from that perspective, and sometimes it may sound a little harsh depending on who's listening. Okay, but my goal is to simply help you and to guide you into a path of success when you are dating. This is modern, so it's right now 2024, but it's around this era. Now, today I want to talk about how to stand out amongst all of these men, right? That are trying to get at this woman that you might deem um, somebody that you are, interested in pursuing, but she has a lot of options, and you're wondering, how do I stand out amongst all of these options? Now, this video can only apply if she's actually even giving you a shot. If she hasn't given you a shot yet, there's more work to be done. But if she has at least given you the phone number, if you guys are at least texting, bare minimum, you are a connection with this woman, you have already done your work in shooting your shot, getting the phone number, communicating with her. This could be in person or it can be online dating. If you've already done that work and you want to know, I know this woman got other options, she's kind of like slow to texting me back, how do I get her to see me when there's so many other men that's pursuing her? Before I start this video, I want to say one thing, that this does not work with every woman. And the reason why it doesn't work with every woman, because every woman doesn't have the wherewithal or doesn't have the mindset of looking for something serious, or she might not be ready to settle down. She might not be wifey or girlfriend material. She might be for the streets. This ain't gonna work for her. This only is gonna apply if you are trying or attempting to pursue a real woman and you want her to know you are a real man and that you guys should be together. Tatalicious for the streets, city girls, this ain't gonna work on them. Matter of fact, they'll run from you if you do what I'm about to tell you right now. A city girl is gonna run from you, bro. Straight up. Pew! She's a runner, she's a track star. But if she is a real woman who is ready to settle down too, she's on the same level and page as you, this might work. Okay? Let me start by saying, nowadays, men are ready to settle down, and they are either men are ready to settle down or they're still contributing to the reason why women don't trust us. Rather, they rather play us or put us in a bunch with the other people. They manipulate us, they extort us, they treat us as pawns. That, on one hand, you have the man who's ready to settle down. Well, on the other hand, you have the man who are still contributing to the problem that we have at hand. Okay. You have a man who is a man of God. He's loyal to a fault. He's kind and generous. He's non-toxic. He's thoughtful and caring, a provider and a protector. That's one version of men that you have nowadays. On the other hand, you have men who are misogynistic, immature, narcissistic, cheaters, abusers, liars, creeps, and I like to say they got their dick in their hand. That's the guy who wakes up horny, goes to sleep horny. He can have sex with multiple women and he still wants to have more sex. He feels deprived of sex, so he just has to have sex. He don't even know why he's addicted to sex. He actually is proud of the amount of sex that he gets. He's in the swingers parties. He's having sex with people's wives and girlfriends. All he wants to do is have sex. He has a girlfriend or a wife at home, and that is not enough. He needs more sex. So you got good guy who's looking for one woman, willing to be faithful, make a family, get married. And on the other hand, you have Mr. Dick in his hands. That's my own coined phrase. Feel free to use it whenever you want to. The most common ways a woman spots out these con men, I call them con men or dick in the hand men, is their immediate attempts to gain sexual access to her through sexual innuendos, where they kind of imply sexual things. Can I ask you a question? Yes, what? Why you look so edible? Goofball ass shit like that. Maybe he's sexualizing her with inappropriate comments. Like, damn, them lips look like they could do something strange for a piece of change. It's kind of like when you at the workplace and they show you these videos on sexual harassment. Okay. Sending nudes or topless pics, unsolicited, unprovoked. She didn't even ask them for them. That's one way a woman can definitely tell that you're that type of guy. Trying to skip the dating stage and go straight to coming over, Netflixing and chilling. You ain't spent $1 yet on the date. You ain't even asked her any questions, trying to get to know her. You ain't holding no intellectual conversations. You ain't trying to vet her or nothing. You went straight to, she want to come through and blow one, want to smoke one. Y'all so obvious. And women can see y'all. Some women fall for it because they on the same page as you. So, you know, continue on. But it does frustrate women who are actively seeking a mature, emotionally available man to see dick pics she didn't ask you for, or topless pics, or you somehow manage to turn every conversation about sex. Okay. I have a golden rule for us men, the ones who are actually looking for something serious, sustainable, intellectual, profitable, that has some kind of substance, okay? Golden rule is, as a man, it is not your mission to get her to have sex with you, but to make her want to have sex with you. Bringing up sex won't work. Being a gentleman to a woman who is looking for a gentleman will work. Okay? You can pretend if you want to. This video ain't trying to tell you how to go finesse a woman. This video is for men who actually have done the work on themselves and they see a woman that they are attracted to. They have done the work with approaching her, getting the phone number, however you went and did your own thing, bruh. And you want to know how to stand out amongst all these other potential clowns that are trying to holler at her at the same time. You don't want to blend in. You want to stand out. I'm going to tell you right here, right now. You want to take sex out of the equation. Don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. The only way you should be talking about sex is if she brought it up. And even when she brings it up, have a mature conversation about it. What do you mean, a mature conversation about sex? Where you discuss maybe sexual boundaries. Don't say what you'll do to her. Don't say what you want to do or, so what's up? You know, nah. Just have conversations about boundaries. Um, Respectful conversation, man. You should be a gentleman enough to know how to communicate respectfully, even when it comes to topics such as sex, without her feeling aroused because uh, you're trying to seduce her. No, you should be able to talk about sex. It's like going to sex ed class. The teacher wasn't trying to say anything inappropriate, but it was saying something that was grown folks conversation, but about sex. Okay? So by doing this, by removing sex out of your mind, excuse me, by making it less of a priority, especially in the beginning stage when you're trying to get to know somebody, there's 5 things that happen by default by not trying to pursue sex. 1, you can clearly see the other's values, if any, that she possesses without a distorted reality. So you're not focused on how her breasts look, how her lips look, how she walks, her body, her buns. You're not looking at all that. You're not even thinking about all that. You could see it initially. That could be what attracted you to talk to her. Go ahead, for sure. Hey, I'm no different. But don't bring up sex, because now you can see what other things she got going on. How does she handle conflict? How does she speak to other people? Does she get along with family members? Does she gossip about her friends and talk about them behind their back? Is she trustworthy? Can you be vulnerable with her? What are her y'all common interests? Does she like classic movies? Because you like classic movies. Is she picky? Is she entitled? You get to see all of these other things that played a long-term role in that relationship or situationship if you decided to get involved with her that have nothing to do with sex. You can have so much fun. She might like playing pool. Y'all go play pool and y'all play for rounds. And who knows? That pool game might end up turning into a sexual encounter, but you didn't bring up sex. You were able to enjoy her company as a human being, and you could see yourself talking to her about other things, school, math, history, who knows? Because you never brought up sex. Everything else is shining through. Number 2, you don't come off as thirsty or narcissistic. Now you're standing out, because majority of these guys are sitting there with their dick in their hand and all they can seem to talk about is sex. The very first thing they want to do is send her a t-shirt with their shirt off with the abs poking out. First thing they want to do is comment on her lips or her body shape, or invite her over or invite himself over to her spot to Netflix and chill. If you don't do none of that, that'll help you stand out. Number 3, she'll be more inclined to bring it up first, or to even want to have it sooner because you didn't bring it up. When it comes to a woman wanting to have sex with you before you even brought up sex with her, I think it'd be best to control the pace. I think it's best if you say, hey, I'm definitely interested in you, but I want to get to know you more so that we don't create a soul tie in vain. And also, I want to keep the respect in the relationship. I don't have a specific time set in mind, but I don't feel like I know you well enough or you know me well enough. And I want to make sure that we do this the most responsible way we could possibly do this. And let me be clear, I do like you, and it is sexual too, but I've done that before. It didn't work out. I would like to make a change in my own behavior, and I want to do things better this time around. If she doesn't respect that, she for the streets. So that you just prevented yourself from dealing with somebody who was just going to love bomb you anyway, and she was possibly going to do what these men are doing. Get in, get on, get out. Number 4, she cannot assume that you are a typical guy, because you're not being typical. You're actually being extraordinary. You're actually showing that you have value and patience and some self-control. So you're definitely going to stand out by doing that. Number 5, she'll also want to get to know you on a more intellectual level. Meanwhile, in the back of her head, she has a burning desire to have sex with you. But that is fueling her desire to want to get to know more about you, because she's like, why am I so intrigued about this man? Like, he is doing things differently. She's not going to be interested in any other options. She's going to be cutting people off. They're not going to appeal to her anymore. As soon as they say one thing about sex, she's like, you're nothing like the guy I'm talking to. This is how you stand out. So, if you were wondering, how long then? How long do I hold out? Again, man, this is not a cheat code on how to get a woman to have sex with you. So if you're looking for that, skip the video now. But I do have a little bit of advice. Okay? And I actually do this right now. I haven't always done it. I've been a little man whore before. But who I am right now is a man who's looking for something serious. A man with a plan. By holding out, you want to hold out until she reaches out to you as much as you reach out to her. It's a mutual interest going on. You don't feel like you're chasing or over pursuing her. She's reciprocating that energy. Okay? Number 2, she might end up offering to take you out one of those times that you go out. That's a huge green sign. Oh my God. As a man, me personally, when I go out with a woman, I'm paying. It's the way it's always been. I don't have a problem with it. It just feels right. It feels natural. To each their own. If a woman offers to take me out after a couple of dates, green light. Straight up. And then lastly, but not least, you want to hold out until you can honestly say you know what her intentions are, who she is as a woman, what role she plays in your situation, and that you guys are in a healthy, non-toxic situation that you can honestly say to yourself you'd be happy with and you'd be more than willing to pursue long term. Okay? That is when you make it okay. And even on those terms, even after that, holding out a little bit longer won't hurt. But you don't want to come off as you're trying to control the duration or the relationship or anything like that. You do want to still be organic, but you just want things to progress in an organic way to where they end up, she has no regrets. You have no regrets. That is why you don't want to jump into that. You want to take your time. Okay? There's no regrets. If it doesn't work out halfway through the process, she decides to talk to somebody else, you decide to talk to somebody else, regardless of how it feels, bro, you can sleep at night with a clear conscience, You can sleep with a clear conscience, knowing that you didn't manipulate anybody. If she ever circles the block and comes back around, if you're still interested, because I don't really believe in circling the block, but if she ever circles the block on you and she's interested later on because some other guy was a jerk and he just wanted to have sex with her, you are the best option in her mind because how you treated her. You didn't treat her like a piece of meat. Now, this is something that takes you actually being a real man in order to do that. That is why you would stand out. You can't pretend. You can't pretend. You could try all you want to. You could try to take my words and go play this game where you hold out and you don't say nothing, and then the second she brings up sex, you jump on it. She's gonna see that. Women are not dumb. Little girls and hoes, they might be dumb, but women, they not dumb. Well, good luck, fellas. This video wasn't that short, but I definitely wanted to touch bases with you and let you know why it's very important to not lead with sex and the benefits of it and how to stand out. I'm doing all right now. I'm standing out. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Leave any comments. I'll read them all. I'll comment back. And I'll be back with you guys shortly. I thank you very much for watching these videos, and you have a good rest of your day.